Bernie Sanders stresses, not a radical agenda, at Democratic National Convention. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into Bernie Sanders' recent address at the Democratic National Convention, where he made a strong case that his progressive agenda isn't as radical as it seems. Sanders highlighted the core issues he believes resonate with Americans and argued for a future with fairer policies. Let's break down his key points and what they mean for the upcoming elections. At the Democratic National Convention (DNC), Bernie Sanders took center stage with a compelling message aimed at redefining the conversation around his policy proposals. In a bold address, Sanders reassured both delegates and voters that his agenda, often labeled as radical by critics, is in fact grounded in mainstream American values and aspirations. Sanders' speech sought to bridge the gap between his progressive vision and what he argues are pragmatic solutions for everyday Americans. "What we are advocating for is not radical," Sanders declared, "it is common sense and it is rooted in what the majority of Americans want." The senator from Vermont used his platform to highlight the core issues he believes resonate deeply with the public: affordable healthcare, accessible education, and economic fairness. He positioned these goals as not only necessary but achievable, framing them as essential to ensuring that the American dream is accessible to everyone, not just a privileged few. In a strategic pivot, Sanders emphasized that his proposals, such as Medicare for all and tuition-free college, are increasingly popular among voters across the political spectrum. He cited recent polls indicating broad support for these measures, arguing that they reflect the values of a nation ready to embrace systemic reform. Sanders' rhetoric also focused on addressing concerns from moderate Democrats who have expressed apprehension about his ambitious plans. He reassured them that his proposals are designed to build on the foundation of the Affordable Care Act and other existing frameworks, rather than dismantle them. This, he argued, would ensure a smoother transition and greater buy-in from across the political spectrum. In response to critics who have painted his agenda as too extreme, Sanders pointed to successful policy changes in other countries as evidence of what is possible. "We look at countries that have implemented similar policies and seen positive outcomes. Our goal is to bring the best ideas from around the world into our own context," he asserted. The senator also made a case for his agenda as a response to the growing economic inequality in the U.S. By focusing on issues like increasing the minimum wage and expanding social safety nets, Sanders aims to address the economic disparities that have been exacerbated in recent years. Sanders' address at the DNC was not just about defending his policy positions but also about rallying support for a vision of America where opportunity is not a privilege but a right. He called on delegates and voters alike to support policies that would ensure a more equitable and just society. As the convention progresses, Sanders' push to frame his agenda as both reasonable and necessary will likely continue to influence the broader discussion within the Democratic Party. His ability to align his progressive goals with what he portrays as fundamental American values could play a pivotal role in shaping the party's platform and its approach to the upcoming elections. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown of Bernie Sanders' DNC speech insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on political news and analysis.